Have you ever wondered if this is the only version of you that exists? Maybe in another universe you're a musician or a scientist, or maybe Earth never even formed. As wild as it sounds, modern science is starting to take the idea of the multiverse seriously, not as science fiction, but as a possible explanation for some of the deepest mysteries in physics. Welcome to part 1 of our Multiverse series, The Science of Infinite Universes. Let's explore the real theories that suggest our universe might just be one of many. Let's start with quantum mechanics, the science of the very, very small. At the tiniest level of existence, particles don't behave like solid objects. They exist in something called a superposition, where they can be in multiple states at once until they're measured or observed. This leads to a strange question. What happens to all the other possibilities that don't get observed? One answer is the many worlds interpretation. This theory says that every time a quantum event happens, like an electron spinning up or down, reality splits. A new universe is born for each possible outcome. So every decision you've ever made, there could be a universe where you chose differently. Every roll of a die, every yes or no, every random quantum event creates a branching path. In one, you hit the brakes. In another, you didn't. It's not proven, but it's not just science fiction either. It was proposed by physicist Hugh Everett in the 1950s as a way to make sense of quantum behavior without relying on observation as a magical switch. If this is true, there may be countless versions of you living different lives right now in other realities. It's one of the simplest forms of the multiverse, and it comes straight from physics. But quantum mechanics isn't the only place the multiverse pops up. Let's talk about string theory, one of the most ambitious attempts to unify everything we know about physics. According to string theory, everything in the universe, particles, forces, even space and time, is made of tiny vibrating strings of energy. These strings vibrate in different ways to form everything we see, from atoms to galaxies. But here's the kicker: for the math to work, string theory requires more than just the 3 dimensions we move through. It needs 10 or even 11. Most of those dimensions are curled up, too small for us to detect. But that opens the door to something big. Our universe could be like a 3-dimensional membrane, a brane, floating in a higher dimensional space, often called the bulk. There might be other branes out there, other universes, parallel to ours, with their own laws of physics, their own matter, even their own versions of time. Some scientists believe these branes might occasionally collide, and when they do, the energy released could be enough to trigger something like the Big Bang. So our universe could be just one bubble in a vast cosmic foam of universes, constantly forming, colliding, and evolving. Then we have black holes. We often think of black holes as destructive, swallowing light, matter, and even time itself. But what if they're also creators? Some physicists think that the core of a black hole, called a singularity, might not be the end, but a new beginning. The intense compression of space-time could give birth to a new universe on the other side, a baby universe formed from the collapse of matter in our own. That means every black hole might be a gateway, a portal, or even a seed. A single-parent universe could give rise to billions of children, each with different laws of physics, and if that's the case, our universe could be someone else's child. This concept is part of something called cosmological natural selection. In a strange way, universes might evolve, like life. Those that create more black holes might create more offspring and become more common in the multiverse. It's a mind-bending idea, but it has real scientific thought behind it. Now let's take a sharp left turn, to the world of digital possibility. Some researchers have wondered, what if the multiverse isn't physical at all? What if it's simulated? This is known as the simulation hypothesis. and it suggests that we could be living inside a computer simulation created by a far more advanced civilization. Think of it like this. If technology keeps advancing, one day a civilization could create incredibly realistic virtual worlds. They might even simulate universes with conscious beings who feel alive, who think, who ask, "Am I real?" If they can do that, even once, it's possible they could do it millions of times. That means the odds of us being the original universe drop drastically. We might just be one simulation among many, a digital multiverse. To us, everything would seem real, but it would be code, just extremely advanced code. And here's the interesting part. The simulation idea doesn't cancel out the multiverse. In fact, it's another version of it. Each simulation is its own universe, running with its own rules, its own history, its own future. Maybe the boundaries between simulation and reality aren't as sharp as we think. So what does all this mean? From quantum physics to string theory, from black holes to simulations, modern science offers us more than one path to a multiverse. Each theory is different. Some are backed by math, some are deeply theoretical, none are fully proven, but together they paint a picture of a cosmos that is far bigger, far stranger, and far more mysterious than we ever imagined. What we used to think of as the edge of the universe may just be the start of something even bigger. A sea of realities, an ocean of possibilities. In the next part of this series, we'll go back, way back, to ancient times, because long before physics, civilizations across the world had already imagined multiple realms, spirit worlds, and overlapping realities. Were they dreaming, or did they know something we've only just begun to rediscover? Thanks for watching, and if this sparked your curiosity, don't forget to subscribe and join us for Part 2, Ancient Civilizations and Their Hidden Multiverse Beliefs. Until then, stay curious.